Yo, what is going on, guys? We are talking about the Atlanta Hawks and how they're surging right now. They're the winners of their last 4 games. And the Atlanta Hawks, their record right now, 18 and 20, and they're the 8th seed right now for the Eastern Division or the Eastern Conference. I don't know why I call that. So I want to hear down below what you guys think of the Atlanta Hawks and how they've been playing. I want to start off. Trae Young has been balling. The last 10 games, he's shooting 44% from the floor, 40% from three, and he's scoring 27.5 points per game with almost 10 assists per night in these last 10 games. Big reason why the Atlanta Hawks have been playing well. So as Clint Capella. Clint Capella is literally averaging a double-double, which he always is, but it's 16 and 16 basically. 16 points and 16 rebounds while he's putting up about 2.7 blocks a game. So he's actually Clint Capella. As much people want to say I know there's people out there who are trying to say that he's just a younger version of Andre Drummond, and I honestly think Capella is actually a really good center. He's a top 10 center. You could argue he's the fifth best center in the NBA, and I honestly think Clint Capella gets a lot of hate, and I don't understand it. He's a great offensive rebounder. I think honestly he's like a poor man's version of Rudy Gobert, who is borderline. Like, I don't know if you could say he's borderline all-star. Maybe you could say that. I want to hear your opinions as an Atlanta Hawks fan. What do you guys think of Clint Capella? Would you guys want to eventually trade him and have Onyeka Okongwu or Bruno Fernando starting instead of him and save some money? I really want to hear that. And another guy who's been surging for the Atlanta Hawks in this time is Tony Snell. Tony Snell, the beginning of the year was kind of struggling, but the past couple of games, man, the past 5 games, he hit 63% of his threes. He's shooting 57% from the field. Yeah, it's only 8.5 points a night, but he still is such a good defender. He's a great perimeter defender. Not like elite, but he's a plus perimeter defender. And he hits his points. He's just a guy. He's a role player for contending teams. And that was one of the players that the Atlanta Hawks brought in because he's been on teams who contend in the past. And the Atlanta Hawks are trying to go from this development team that's developing to a perennial playoff team. And it's really interesting. And let's give a little, like, finger snaps to my man Danilo Gallinari, who in the last 10 games has been scoring about 15 points a night, been shooting 42% from the field, 42% from three, and 92% from free throw. And he's been getting 5 rebounds a night, dishing out 2 assists, and he's actually been getting a steal and a half in the last 10 games. So he's actually been a pretty decent perimeter defender. Like, if you are going by the stats, really, he's just getting steals. He's probably just intercepting passing lanes and stuff. I'm never going to call Danilo Gallinari a great defender because we all know he's not a great defender. But a steal and a half, Gallinari getting you that's awesome. That's just him helping out on the defensive side, probably getting in those passing lanes and using his size. Oh my God, I just choked. My mouth is really dry. Like, I smoked some weed earlier. No, I took some dabs. I didn't get the herb and burn it. But yeah, John Collins, who's been doing really good, and we know how good he is, has actually in this past 10 games, yeah, he's dropped in 17 points, but his 3 ball has not been hitting. He's been shooting 27% from 3 these past 10 games, which is fine. But Rajon Rondo over here. Also, I think John Collins, if you guys aren't going to pay him, like, do not overpay John Collins. I understand if you pay him and it's a good deal, like if it's the same price you offered him, which I think was like a $90 million extension, good. I'm cool with that. But do not pay him max money. And if he only is going to stay for max money, you guys should trade him. That's what I believe. And yeah, I want to say that. And I just got a text from a girlfriend. That's why it threw me off. But yeah, I think the Atlanta Hawks also have Rajon Rondo here, who has been balling for them. He's been shooting 60% from 3. Literally in the past 5 games, 4 out of 5 games he shot over 40% from 3, and in 3 of those 5 games he shot 100% from 3, which is great. Rajon Rondo hitting his shot, and he's putting his mark on the defense, doing the things that are needed to be done, and it's fun to watch. It really is fun to watch. And I'm blanking the Atlanta Hawks right now. It's Nate McMillan as their head coach. So Nate McMillan is a great guy. I actually really like Nate McMillan. I honestly think if they can get to the playoffs, Nate McMillan could really be their coach. Unless, obviously, there could be a better coach out there, which I definitely believe there is. But I do want to say that the fact that Trae Young has a really good connection with Nate McMillan due to the fact Nate McMillan is a Seattle Supersonics point guard and all that good stuff. It's just great to know, damn, like that they have a good relationship right there. I just saw Clint Capella has a PER of 24.67 for the season, while Trae Young is 23.20. That's insane. DeAndre Hunter, I think they definitely are missing him, and I'd love to see him come back. But yeah, no, I feel like they're definitely missing him. He's the third guy. Honestly, that's why I think they're fine letting John Collins leave because DeAndre Hunter's there. So eventually, we could see a lineup where it's Clint Capella, Hunter at the power forward, Gallinari, either Gallinari or Hunter at the power forward. I just believe Hunter gives you more rebounds, so that's why you would put him at the power forward position. Gallinari at the small forward position, Cam Reddish or Bogdanovich at the small shooting guard position, and then you got Trae Young and at the point guard with Rondo backing him up or Chris Dunn. I think that's a great lineup. Or really, you could also have, if once Gallinari and Bogdanovich move on, when it's really just the young guys, it would really just be at point guard Young, then at shooting guard to be Herter, at small forward to be Reddish, at power forward to be DeAndre Hunter, at center it would be Clint Capella, and then if you wanted to put there Bruno Fernando or Onyeka Okongwu if you want to trade it. And I'd actually really like that lineup. If they all develop correctly, that's a really nice lineup. So yeah, they'll make the playoffs. They'll make the playoffs. That's all I gotta say, guys. They've been playing really well. Really well.